This is the Vivo X21. Let's get straight to the point. I love this phone. I've used this phone for 2 weeks and I fell in love with it. Let me tell you why. Firstly, the unique selling point of this device is its in-display fingerprint scanner. Yes, you heard me right. There is fingerprint scanning technology under the display of this smartphone. Vivo is the first smartphone company to implement this, and it is really impressive. You simply rest your finger on a specific area of the screen and you unlock the phone, just like how a dedicated fingerprint scanner would work. Cool, right? How does this work? Well, Vivo basically stuck an optical sensor beneath the display of the phone. It is similar to the camera sensor of a smartphone. You put your finger above the optical sensor beneath the display, and it reads and verifies your fingerprints before unlocking your phone. And what does the optical sensor need in order to read fingerprints? Light. A very bright light. The sensor will light up, which allows your fingerprint to be read by the sensor. The beam of light on your finger is much brighter than the rest of the display, which will only be lit when your finger rests on the specific part of the phone. Is that cool? Now, let me tell you why I really love this phone. The Vivo X21 is by no means a flagship device. Despite that, the phone flies in everyday use. Being equipped with only a Snapdragon 660, it is definitely no slouch compared to the other flagship devices. I can use the phone for anything, from web browsing to social media, emails, multitasking, videos, gaming and more, and it hasn't slowed down on me. Of course, the 6GB of RAM definitely has a part in allowing the phone to run smooth and handle multitasking with a breeze. I'm really impressed with the performance of this device, and I can even say it matches the speed and performance of other flagship devices. Let's get to the looks and design. This phone looks stunning. I love the 3D curved glass on the back, as it looks visually attractive due to how shiny it is. The glass on the back, however, feels slippery and definitely does attract fingerprints. The rest of the body features an aluminium body construction, which keeps the phone really lightweight and easy to carry around, which is also another factor that I love about the phone. This device will definitely turn heads when it is used outside due to how it looks as an overall package. Great job on the design, Vivo. Now, let's get to the screen. A Vivo X21 features a 6.28-inch Full HD Plus Super AMOLED display. Just know one thing, the screen is beautiful. I don't need the Quad HD displays. I don't need the high density display. The screen has natural colors, deep blacks, Gorilla Glass 3 for protection, and remains fairly bright when I'm outdoors. What's more is there to ask from a screen? I'm perfectly fine with 1080p, and I'm sure that many people out there are too. You not only get better battery life, and I'm sure most can't even notice the pixel difference unless you are looking for them. The screen is superb. The bezels are really small, and there's the infamous notch. However, the notch isn't too big and it doesn't distract me too much. Overall, other than my Note 8, this is probably one of the best displays in a phone. Don't get me started on the camera. Actually, let me say this is one of the best cameras I've ever used in a smartphone. There is a 12-megapixel camera and a 5-megapixel camera on the back, and on the front, it boasts a 12-megapixel camera. Of course, the camera is no Pixel 2 or iPhone X, but seriously, it is going to be impressive. The pictures have rich colors and are extremely sharp. Don't get me wrong, it isn't the overprocessed look or saturated photos that Samsung Galaxy devices are guilty of producing. The camera retains the original colors of the scene, and it manages to portray them beautifully and naturally in the photos that it produces. Another thing about the camera is that I love the portrait mode. It may sometimes be a hit or miss, but when it works, it does it really well. The blurring feels natural, something similar to what I would get on a DSLR camera with a wide open aperture. Let's just let all the photos that I shot do the talking.
I like that dance, Kowalski. Very nice. And finally, the one, the only, King Julian!
The 3200 mAh battery in this device also manages to get me through the entire day, and can even last through the second day if I don't use my phone much. The device also boasts fast charging, and charging times are pretty quick if I need to top up the battery of this device in the midday. Overall, the battery performance of this phone is awesome, and despite the battery's smaller size compared to other phones, the battery life is still decent as the Snapdragon 660 in the phone is made to be efficient. Bottom line, I love the Vivo X21. It is a great phone with a great design, camera, screen, battery life, and an interesting in-display fingerprint scanner. One thing that I'm not such a big fan of is the software, which is FunTouch OS. This is Vivo's custom Android skin running up top of Android 8.1. Although not as bloated and heavy as other Chinese Android skins, there's still this inspired iOS look in the software. No app drawers, having a control center-like menu to toggle your quick settings, having a similar camera app to iOS, and more. I wish Vivo would have went with a more stockish Android design, which would definitely make this phone more appealing to Android fans out there, such as myself. Other than the software, the rest of the phone is extremely lovable. Don't let that Snapdragon 660 fool you. It may not look fast on paper, but the device definitely keeps things snappy, which is what the general consumers want anyway. I would strongly recommend you guys to try this device out for yourself and play around with it. It feels great, works great, and won't put a hole in your wallet like any other high-end flagship devices out there. Once again, thank you all for watching this video. Subscribe if you haven't already for more videos like this one, and I will see you all in the next video.